So, good evening, dear ones. I was going to just sit here tonight and start our series for freedom from narcissistic abuse. I have lots of plans for it for quite some time. And so I was going to start with my favorite affirmations to share with you. And I had my camera all set up. I thought then we got into the technical aspects of setting it up, which some screen rate things that you have to do. So I did a test, and the test basically told me, you know what, for real, I need to just go ahead and do it on my phone because I know how to use this. So I want to show you guys this beautiful piece I have on my neck here. This is called the WebDMK anti-choker, and it doesn't mean anything about punk rock or S&M or anything like that. This means keep your knee off her neck. And so it has these wonderful, beautiful spikes. It's functional and beautiful, and I put them together by hand myself. And this black one is kind of like my favorite one. I like the clear one too, but I'm not liking how the clear material is performing. So we test them out, and this is our WebDMK logo. And one day I'm going to get my dear friend Lindewe to describe what the colors of our logo mean. So, we have Africa in the center, and the black, and the red for blood, the green for the earth, and this whole black world around it. So that is our logo, and it's very symbolic, but no one describes it better than Lindewe Helm. So we're going to wait until she can do that. So what I want to talk about tonight is the central theme of the work we're going to be doing with freedom from narcissistic abuse and any other really healing groups that we start. I focus on narcissistic abuse because I have spent the past 6-7 years studying it. My degree is in holistic counseling, so with that you're taught about different mental and emotional disorders. But I got particularly fascinated with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, because it's become very popular to throw the word around without people really understanding that narcissistic personality disorder is a very real disorder, and it's one that many counselors, therapists, practitioners think is uncurable. And once you understand it in depth, you will learn why it is incurable. And oftentimes you'll have people dealing with a narcissistic abuser, and someone who abuses you, they can have narcissistic traits, and they can have them to such an extent that they are abusive. But it doesn't necessarily mean they have NPD. NPD is supposedly supposedly rare, but narcissism isn't rare. We all fall on a spectrum of narcissism. So you have people who have narcissistic traits to different degrees. But if the degree that they have narcissistic traits causes you pain, that's a problem. So it doesn't matter whether they're really a narcissist or not. If they're mean, if they're unloving, if they lack compassion, if they like to criticize, if they like to use the silent treatment on you to cause you mental and emotional pain, that's a problem. Whether they go get a diagnosis, the only one who can diagnose NPD would be a counselor licensed counselor, therapist that would sit down with this person and make an assessment, and they could make an assessment as to whether this person has NPD or not. Okay? Now, it's very rare that that's going to happen, because someone who does have NPD is really not going to avail themselves to counseling, because generally these kind of people believe that they are perfect, and if there is any problem with your marriage, relationship, if it's a family member, if it's a friend, if there's any problem, they are 100% sure that it's all your fault. It can't be their fault. So what happens in their mind is anything that allows them to be faultless, that is the way the wheels will turn in their mind. And it's never going to be because they have a problem, because they couldn't possibly have a problem. And to even entertain the thought that they have a problem would undo their narcissistic personality. And if their narcissistic personality is undone, well, that's like death to this victim of narcissistic personality disorder. And that's what they are, because it comes about. These people are created. No one's born a narcissist. They are created due to different things in early childhood that does not allow them to develop into a full person. They're not real people. Okay? They're not real people. They don't have full personhood. It's so difficult and challenging when you first try to put your mind around this, because you tend to project your personhood, your compassion, your love, your forgiveness, all these wonderful traits that you have, you tend to project them onto the narcissist, who's incapable of these traits, of these qualities. They're capable of mimicking them, of studying them in you, and throwing out their version of that for you. They don't have it. And they never will. They never, ever will. And so part of your self-healing is to become aware and learn what this disorder really is, what these traits really are, so that you can protect yourselves and your young ones and your children. Because I believe that we all need to master this so that we can start to raise a generation of children into adults who, one, are not narcissists, and two, even if they're not narcissists, are not susceptible to the abuse and strategies and torture that narcissists put everyone through who knows them. So I have a wonderful book. It's a secret, though, that's going to be coming out, that's going to really empower those who've been susceptible to narcissistic abuse to really take their power back. And there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. I've done intense study of the literature, of books. You gotta listen to Sam Backman if you're gonna really start studying narcissistic personality disorder, narcissistic abuse. You have to start with him. Some people don't like him because he is a diagnosed narcissist, and so they consider the source, and they think he's an evil source. I don't think he's evil. He's truly a narcissist. You don't want to make the mistake of having any affection or falling in love with him or anything like that. But if you want real, solid, clinical-based knowledge, you want to start with Sam. And there's some more people that you want to go on and study as well. But I would start with Sam, and I'll be telling you of more people after him. Because I like that clinical research. I like when I share knowledge with people, I'm able to substantiate it and So Sam is good for that if you want to go into the research. And then we do have some others, and we have some other sources that are not narcissists. I'm thinking of her right now, and she'll be the one I share with you next time. So the main thing that I'd like to guide you in as we, start this wonderful connection with each other, okay, is the number one antidote to narcissistic abuse, whether it be from a person who just has traits and tendencies who can be very harmful, or whether it be from somebody who's a 100% diagnosed narcissist, okay? And the number one antidote for it is self-love. It's so very simple. See, when the narcissist first met you, they realized, they saw, okay, because this is how they choose people, that there was a lack of self-love. They could see that you were, priceless beyond compare. And God forbid you share with them some pain or trauma that you've been through. God forbid you show them that you're a person who's been through pain before, and the last thing you need is for somebody to come into your life and hurt you more. God forbid you show them that. Let me ask you a question. So there's a shark in the water, and there's also, not too far away, a dolphin. And the dolphin is injured. And this poor dolphin just needs to swim, get to safety and heal. The dolphin's wounds are not mortal, but very painful and very severe. And this old shark is like, I smell blood. But you know what? Since that poor dolphin has been hurt, let me not go and take advantage of the situation and go prey on that dolphin. Because poor thing, it's already hurt. Let me go find another sea creature that is strong, not in pain, not bleeding. Let me go prey on that creature, because it just wouldn't be fair to go over there and attack that poor, innocent, wounded dolphin. You see what I mean? See, you think, if I tell somebody, this is my story, this is my pain, they're going to see that I've been in so much pain, and naturally they would see that they don't need to cause this person any further pain. But what if they're a narcissist? What if they're a shark? Of course that wounding, of course that blood in the water is going to be a signal to that shark, that predator, that narcissist, that disordered, sick individual. Of course that is going to be just the sign that they need to swim on over to you and go in for the kill. These people do not think like you. These people do not have compassion. These people do not feel sorry for you because you had trauma in childhood, trauma in relationships, trauma in love, trauma in friendship. You've been hurt. That doesn't make them feel like, they want to help you. That makes them feel that they want to make you think, make you believe that they want to help you. You see? And they just snuggle on up. Learn about you. Learn about what you need. Learn about the words that you would like to hear. And they create the facade based on what they learned from you that will make you believe them and trust them and rely on them. So my tagline comes from experience with a narcissistic individual. This narcissist said, supposedly in the role of a healer and a helper, You're going to make it through this. At the time, I was very sick. I had some physical things going on with me that were quite disconcerting. And this person said, you know what? You're going to make it. You're going to make it through this. You know why? And I'm like, why? Because you got me. Well, it was just about the sweetest thing that I'd ever heard somebody say to me. And oh, what delight it caused when I just ate that up and believed it. And it even took a while past the statement for me to believe it. But when I did, that's when it was ripped away. And it took me a long time to understand. And it took me really going deeper into studying this and learning what the antidote to it is. It took me that time to realize that the most loving statement, the most helpful statement would be, you know what? The statement I give to you. This is what I would want someone to say to me if I was sick and weakened and wounded and my blood was in the water. You're going to make it through this. Do you know why? Why? Because you've got you. Wonderful you. And you are worthy and priceless and lovable beyond all bounds. So hopefully I can create a space that will help you rediscover your worth, get back in touch with you and the infinite well of power and light and love that is, of course, within you, and that you can always draw on. You won't need me. You won't need anyone else. All you need to know is how to go within and tap into that wellspring that is within you. And you will never have the need to rely on anyone ever again. It's nice to have people that you love. It's nice to be in a relationship that's romantic and beautiful. It's nice to have a fun family member that you love and you interact with. It's wonderful to have good friends that, you laugh with, talk with, and you trust and you can rely on. It's wonderful. But these things are extras. They're desserts. The full meal that you can eat and it will nourish you is the relationship and love that you have for yourself. See, because when you have that love for yourself, you can never go hungry. No matter who likes you or doesn't like you, no matter who enters your life, exit your life. As long as you have that worth within you, everything else is just an extra. And if you don't have the extra, that's all right. You got you. So the antidote, the preventive, this is the healing balm, and it is also the pain preventative when we're talking about relationships with mean, harmful, narcissistic individuals. And we only have about 2 minutes left, is self-love. So everybody who gets on one-on-one with me, and you can get on one-on-one with me by tapping into TaskHuman app. You can get it wherever you get your apps. Get that app, and then once you have the app, you can search the providers and just put LB, the initials LB, and then the name LACEY, and then that'll give you my profile, and you can look at my schedule a time with me. If none of those times work for you, you can let the concierge know what time you would like, and I will do my best to schedule with you for a time that works for you. So, but you're not on one-on-one with me, but I still want to give you this because we start with this. I hope it's not backwards, because it looks backwards on the screen I'm looking at. But it says, I am worthy. And what I would invite you to do is to start each day. I want to really encourage you to put this on some Post-it notes and put it somewhere you'll see in the morning. I don't know if it's by your nightstand. I don't know. Probably in the bathroom. So when you brush your teeth, you're getting ready for your day, you see it on the mirror. And just say, I am worthy. And you would be so surprised when I ask people to say this. They have they have varying levels of the ability to actually say these words. Some people can't say it. They're like, okay, I'll say it later. And they tell me they'll say it later. And I tell them, it's okay. It's okay. Because the level of difficulty you have is just shining a light for you on how much you need to go within and recognize your worth. And it lets you know how susceptible you are to those sharks in the water. So you want to put it on your bathroom mirror. You want to put it maybe in your car, on the dashboard, or somewhere at work where you have lunch, or on your home desk, wherever it is you're going to be at the middle of the day. And then at night, that's where you want to put it on your nightstand. I am worthy. Say it 3 times a day, and say it any time during the day that you need to say it. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy to be loved. I am worthy to be listened to. I am worthy to have relationships where I'm not gaslit with someone trying to make me feel like I'm, not all there. I'm crazy. I'm seeing things wrong. The way I feel about things is wrong. Everything about me is wrong. I'm just wrong. I'm just broken. That's gaslighting somebody, trying to make somebody feel like they're of lesser capacity, okay, to perceive their life the way that they see it. No one does that. People without some kind of disorder or narcissistic tendencies don't get any satisfaction about trying to incapacitate someone who thinks that they're in the presence of someone who really cares about them, okay? I am worthy not to be belittled and criticized and put down and emotionally abused. I am worthy to be in a caring relationship with someone who doesn't dangle that at the end of a stick and always using my regard for them as a reason to make me think that any minute they're going to disappear or do the silent treatment and not talk to me and not be present. I'm worthy not to go through that. I am worthy to have harmful people exit my life. Who needs it? You don't need it. You don't deserve it. And I know, okay, I've gone over a little bit here, that sometimes you're in these relationships, these connections with people, and you feel like it's love. At a later time, we're going to talk about what it really is. You think it's love, but it's really addiction. Because there's chemicals that form in your brain when an abusive, narcissistic person starts engaging with you. And those chemicals are in your brain from very early childhood experiences and trauma, okay? And there's substances that start to be created in your brain even before birth, and especially if you come from early childhood trauma. So what happens when the narcissist appears and they're testing you and they're grooming you to see if you'll be a good victim, those early peptides and substances in your brain are triggered, and you become trauma bonded and addicted to these substances that you don't even know this is going on. You feel like it's love because it's like an addict getting a hit, like even though it's pain. You're addicted to the pain. And when you figure that out, that becomes one of the first keys that unlocks the cage. Okay? It unlocks that cage that's keeping you bonded and accessible to harmful, mean, insulting, belittling, criticizing, cruel, emotionally torturous freaks. I said it. There's some people who think you're wrong if you say that about, narcissistic people, because they, after all, are disordered, and they, after all, are, victims of whatever formed them into what they are, and we should have compassion for them. But we're going to reserve our compassion until we get you out of the woods, because it is not safe at all to feel sorry for a narcissistic person. Because that compassion, that worrying about them, that thing saying everybody, makes mistakes, everybody's human, and maybe they can get better, and something happened to them that made them like this, that will be the death of you. The narcissist will not appreciate you feeling compassion for them. They will think that you're stupid. They will think that you're just a low, stupid, ignorant piece of that deserves for them to devour you and hurt you because you're stupid. That's what they think when you love them. I'm sorry. That's just the truth. They don't appreciate it. They just think you deserve to be hurt even more for being so stupid. You have to understand this in order to protect yourself, and in order for us to raise children who are no longer susceptible to this. We have to get really real. So every time you feel that little pang, that little, I miss him, I miss her. They didn't mean it. They gonna change. Every time you feel that, I want you to go stop yourself and look at your statement, your affirmations. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy of the compassion that I am wasting on this mean, narcissistic person. I am worthy to be loved. I am worthy to be trusted. I am worthy to be cared for. I am worthy to be sitting here watching this content to edify me, to empower me, to lift me up and take me over any susceptibility that I have to narcissistic individuals or people who do have narcissistic personality disorder, who are out to kill and destroy, because it's what they feed on. It's the only thing that makes them feel important and fed. It is their drug, hurting you. They love to hate you and they hate to love you. It's what they live off of. And we can't be worried too much about what pain was caused in their lives, which resulted in them being that way. You cannot afford to be thinking about why that person is like they are. You'll know when you're no longer susceptible to it. And I'm telling you right now, that's going to be a very lengthy journey, because I love to teach and share this with you, because I am not 100% sure that I am no longer susceptible to it. So I stay ever vigilant. And you help me to stay ever vigilant, for being here with me, letting me share this knowledge with you. I cannot wait until I'm able to share my wonderful book with you. It has been a painstaking journey I've taken. I've taken it through research. I've taken it through many individuals, like just studying and availing myself to some very harmful people so that I can really, really see the pattern. I don't advise anyone to do it, because you could lose your life messing around, playing with some narcissists. I'm serious. You could lose your life. It was very foolhardy of me, but I had to do it. The scientist in me loves experiments. So, all right, everyone. I am worthy. If you can respond to this video with just the statement, I am worthy, boy, that would just be so great. You would feel good, and I would feel good too. And someone out there who needs to see all those I am worthies would know that there's other wonderful people participating in this with them. And I'll see you again. I'll be doing more of these. I want to see how this one goes. And again, if you'd like to talk with me one-on-one, get the Task Human app. Search for LB Lacey. That's the initial LB, initials LB and LACEY. Or you can go to my website, http:// lblb.com is ELLEBEAHLB, the initials.com. And one of these days I'll tell you a story of why my name is LB and why it may sound kind of redundant at first, but how it's about self-respect and having other people address you with respect, and how people who refuse to address you by the name you give them really are doing it because they're refusing to just respect you for being you. And what is that all about? Who would refuse to call somebody by the name the person wants to be called by? You know who. Peace, love, and light. You're gonna make it. You know why? Because you got you.